Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couch of the Dead. We have a great episode for you today. We went to the theaters and saw the new Sam Raimi horror film, Send Help. And I didn't just say that because of this person sitting here.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead.
And
we
are back.
are
I
back.
say that. That's my thing. So, like I said, we went and saw 2026's Send Help. And before we get into this movie, we have a couple of little announcements. First of all, what is tonight's creepy cocktail?
Tonight's creepy cocktail, or as I like to say, creepy cocktail of the day. I'm having Bay Breeze.
Malibu Bay Breeze.
No, the Malibu is if you have the coconut rum. I
So
don't
it's
have
Ghetto Bay Breeze.
It's just rum. It's not the coconut rum. I ran out of it.
Oh, isn't my face red?
Actually, it is.
And I am finishing off my Hillbilly Hooch chocolate moonshine, which you would think doesn't sound good, but it's really good. And so we're going to introduce our new cast here. If you notice, we have some new members. In the back, as usual, we have Art and his buddy Nosferatu. They like to just hang out in the back. They're kind of like,
Sometimes they even jump over and
yeah.
have a
And,
little fun in the back.
Of course, we have the OG Necro Kitty, but we have our new member, Luciba.
Bah.
And
Isn't she cute?
yeah, we
She's
like
cute.
Luciba. So
She's very unstable.
If you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening to this, this is our red goat, and she has a pentagram on her forehead to pledge her allegiance to the unholy master.
Definitely check her out on our Instagram or Facebook. We posted a picture of Luciba, and she's
No,
cute.
it's Luciba because she's a goat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
We also
And
have
The skulls of
the
our
skulls
vanquished
of our
enemies.
vanquished enemies.
And so I think before we get into talking about this, one of the things we wanted to throw out to you guys were some other things, just some other little things we were watching.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we are watching, was that on Netflix?
Which one?
The thingy with the needle
Beauty?
and the thingy,
The Beauty. It's on Hulu and FX. So it's The Beauty.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a series, and we're all caught up, and
It's with
very,
Ashton Kutcher
yep,
and Evan Peters.
yep.
And it's directed and produced by Ryan Murphy, which does also the
Very, very reminiscent
American
of The
Horror.
Substance, if you've seen it. So that,
yeah.
that's definitely
definitely.
a recommendation. So, if you haven't started watching it, start watching The Beauty. It's really good so far. I
Mhm.
really would like to know where it's going.
Yeah. And
Um,
if you like exploding bodies,
Yeah,
go
lots
for
of blood.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of lots of blood,
Ooh.
we have the new Sam Raimi film,
Mm-hmm.
Send Help.
Yeah.
And it's. Do you want to do the honors, the starring and the
Well, right now,
synopsis? and-
you can catch it still in the theaters. I don't know for how much longer, but yeah, it's in the theaters right now. And the synopsis is an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a deserted island, the only survivors of a plane crash. Here they must overcome past grievances and work together to make it alive. And we have the main character, the main actors are
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdam, which, if you don't know Rachel McAdams, McAdams, not McAdam. um, she's great.
That's a new McAdam on that road.
Told you she's not very stable. I know Rachel from Mean Girls, so I don't always watch a lot of like chick flicks or things like that. But Mean Girls is like the millennial of Clueless, and Clueless is the Gen X of Mean Girls. Anyway,
I can't say I know her from much because all I ever
she's
watch
been
is horror movies.
she's
Oh,
been
I
a
know
lot,
her. I know
but,
absolutely who she is. Um,
so we also have Dylan O'Brien, which he looks just like any other. I'm sorry.
Any other
He's-
douchebag.
Yeah. And some other very small roles, so I don't
Yeah.
even think they're worth.
so I believe this is Sam Raimi's first true horror movie since Drag Me to
Since-
Hell.
Yeah, because he's been doing stupid superheroes and shit.
Yeah, well, some
No offense.
some of those movies are good, but that's just not our thing, you know.
It's not.
And I was always a big Sam Raimi fan from Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Drag Me to Hell is a fun movie,
It is.
and
It's one that I would like to.
This
do.
isn't quite as over the top as
It's-
Drag Me to Hell,
It's not
but-
folksy, and it's not.
but
you
it
know.
definitely has its Sam Raimi moments of just over the top gore and
Yeah.
vomit.
Oh God,
You know.
let's not spoil it yet.
Well, no, we're not.
You're
Just
gonna make me vomit.
we got vomit. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, there were a couple times
Oh,
in the
God.
theater where you cringed.
I
And,
cringe. I think the people in front of me heard me gag, like if I was about to throw up. But
Yeah.
I tend to do
And-
that.
And I mean, it doesn't. This movie explores really, I think, the theme of control and shifting dynamics, and it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It doesn't do anything like super original, but I think it takes a pretty cool premise, and you know, people stranded on an island, and I gotta say, I really sided with Rachel McAdams in this movie, where I'm like, I just want to stay on this island because, you know, we're here in Pennsylvania, and there were snow showers while we were in the theater. We came out to our cars being coated, and today and tomorrow we have wind chills like going down into like the -10 and -20. And you know, Pennsylvania's cold, but it's usually not this cold. So I'm sitting there in the theater just thinking about snow while I'm watching this bitch sweat her ass
Beautiful
off on a
island.
tropical
Yeah.
island, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to
Yeah.
be there.
Yep.
And a couple other themes that we'll explore in the spoilers, but that I think are really relevant. So
Yeah.
I think without further ado,
I did.
I've been brushing up on my French.
Oh, me too.
If you haven't seen this movie,
Pause now.
go watch it. Yeah, pause now. Keep us on your phones in the theater so you can look down at our faces. And go watch this movie and then listen to our review.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay then.
we are going to get into some spoilers. We're going to break this movie down a little bit. My God, that screen's bright. I have it turned like almost all the way down.
We like a dark ambiance here in our Couch of the Dead studio.
So a lot of the first act of this movie really honestly doesn't do much.
No.
Um,
It kind of sets the foundation for the characters.
yes, it sets it up, and we meet first person we meet is well, we're in a corporate office.
Mm-hmm.
Any like hold on, any generic like Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
And we meet Linda,
Yes.
who is
your very
the
typical accountant.
frumpy. Hold on. Sounds of the city. Frumpy. She's not in accounting. She's in strategy and planning, something like that.
Yeah.
And
Or
yeah,
strategy and development, something
yeah.
like that.
And
But
and
it's
it,
accounting.
and it kind of reminds me of, even though I never saw the movie, I know the premise. She's All That.
Oh,
Where they take like this really hot chick and go, let's put glasses on her and make her ugly.
I loved She's All That. I thought that was such a fun movie, but
Yeah.
it's they really make her look run down, frumpy, just
Yeah.
oversized clothing and
Like, look at how ugly she is. She has glasses and baggy clothes. And it's Rachel McAdams.
greasy hair and
Yeah.
But you can really see her age in this movie. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's because of we were in the theater, but she looks a little bit up a little bit. Maybe it was on purpose.
Wow.
She's still beautiful.
So she is preparing some of the quarterly reports and all that stuff and the projections for the board meeting or whatever, the company meeting with the executives. And she gets up to go to the meeting, and they tell her, well, the meeting's been downsized, and
They don't need you in there. Don't worry, I'll take this.
and douchey McDouchebag number one,
Donovan.
he says, well, here, I'll take your stuff in. Don't worry, I'll give you credit for it. Your
Yeah.
name's right on here on the Post-it note.
So we meet Donovan, and that's him, and douchebag number one.
Yeah.
Not the biggest one, but
No. And well, that's King Douchebag. Douchebag number one, and he goes into the room, closes the door, and the first thing she sees him do is take the Post-it note off and crumple it. And
that
he's
has
like,
her
"Hey,
name
here's the reports I
I
prepared."
did. Yeah.
So, of course, she's she's getting bullied at the office, and we find out now that King Douchebag is
The son of
the son of the
president
very
had
recently
just
deceased president.
president.
So now his son takes over.
And this is King Douchebag, and his name is Brad or
Yep.
Bradley, but Brad, yes. So it's
Played by Dylan O'Brien, and
yeah, he's King Douche.
and under his dad, Linda, Rachel McAdams' character, was promised to
Promised the
become the
VP.
vice president because she's like the backbone of the company.
Yeah,
basically,
she's
she does
she's
all
really
the
smart,
hard work.
and she does a lot of she's very hard worker.
So I want to save some of the analysis for farther
Yeah.
down. So bottom line is she doesn't get the promotion, and
Douchebag number one does because he's buddies.
he's
with,
golfing buddies.
Yes, he's buddies with him,
Yep.
with the King Douchebag.
And she comes in and confronts him about, hey, I worked my ass off. I was promised this promotion. What the fuck? And I guess they're having a merger with another company. And
In,
they're going to
Bangkok.
Yeah, they're going to fly out on a private jet, and he says, "Look, I'll give you a chance to kind of prove yourself. Come out with us, and go on this trip."
But you can tell.
But they still really don't take her
Yeah,
seriously.
they really don't. I mean, she comes in all prepared, and they're at this point, and we're trying to move forward and fast to get into the nitty gritty of the actual movie. But they're in the plane, and while she's busting her ass already,
Okay, well, first of all,
now he wants to backtrack. Okay.
well, this is pertinent. We go back to her apartment, where after she got passed over, and we pan across all her books, and they're all like survivalist books,
books.
except the one that says How to Talk to Your Bird. Which
Because she has a cockatiel.
yeah,
And it's a cute bird, and she shares her peanut butter toast.
So fast forward.
So now we're at the
We're
plane,
on the
and
plane.
she's working on some, reporting or whatever, some strategy thing on the laptop, and she's kind of overhearing the guys laughing and whatever, and it's the two douchies, and then there's another
It's douchebag
two,
1, 2, and 3
yeah,
huddled around a laptop with King
and they're
Douche.
laughing and they're whatever, and she looks over from her laptop, and what does she see? She sees they are watching her audition to
her audition tape for Survivor.
for Survival.
Because she
Survivor.
Because she loves Survivor. She was watching her parents. So we've established now that she's a survivalist, or at least a wannabe survivalist.
Did you ever watch that show?
No, not really.
I was not into that one as much. I watched a couple of
I never
seasons,
watched Survivor. I never watched like
Naked
and
and
Afraid.
Afraid.
And
Shout
all
out
that
to my daughter.
Because
we loved. I don't care. He's gonna say they're
I'm
not
sitting
real.
there going, they're not gonna let anybody die.
You don't know that.
Yeah, they're not gonna let anybody die. Like never mind.
It's whatever. I think they're super fun shows, and I've learned a lot. I learned how to do a boma enclosure when you're in the savannah, and how to make straw hats and shoes, and how to get rope. Yeah, I know a lot.
But I want to go camping, and you're like, hey, I want to take a shower.
My idea of camping is in a hotel with very cozy bed, blankets, and pillows.
So yeah, not camping. The opposite of camping. Her idea of camping is the opposite of camping.
I did enough camping.
So anywho,
if you know who I am, you know.
So we're moving along, and we experience some turbulence, and they tell everybody to buckle their seatbelts, and Bradley's like, yeah, everybody fasten your seatbelts if you're a pussy, he basically says. And
the other two guys, they were not yet on their seats,
Yep.
so this huge turbulence gets them off their feet.
Well, and an engine goes in the plane.
Well, no, they go and hit the top of the ceiling of the plane, and they drop, and then now that's when they're trying to really fast
and
buckle up,
and the plane just starts falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
The door goes ripping out, and it goes to suck out one of the douchebags, and he grabs a hold of Linda and starts going, "Give me your seat."
Yeah.
You know?
He's pulling on her leg, and she's just holding on to dear life.
And the other douchebag's holding on to his leg, and he's dangling out of the plane.
Yeah.
And one of the cool, this was the first very Sam Raimi thing we have here, is douchebag.
It's kicking.
Gets flung out of the plane, but his necktie gets caught on like the edge. So he's flopping up against the glass, hooked by his necktie.
Right by
Rachel,
Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Linda, what does she do? She closes the window.
Yeah. So
we get a really cool shot of the plane actually.
The plane goes down.
Crashing onto the water in the ocean.
Into the water. She gets out and wakes up on the shore of a tropical island. And she's kind of like already in her element, like her brain's going already like, okay, what do I got to do?
Yeah, she's already collecting things, and she's walking on the shore.
Yep.
And she sees someone on that washed off also on the shore, and it happens to be Brad.
And it's Bradley. So her douchebag boss is now on a presumably deserted tropical island
and
with her.
And he's still out. He's alive, but he's still out. And she sees that he's also has a nasty open gash on his leg. So she quickly comes one with nature. And next thing we know...
So the next 20 minutes of this movie is basically a montage. It's a motherfucking montage. A montage of her building stuff.
She gets him out of the
Yep,
sun.
yep. She gets him out of
Gets a
some,
little.
builds him a little shelter. He's got a pretty messed up leg. It's not broken, and
He's still out.
so while he's unconscious, she's building all this stuff, and
She
she's
notices that
getting
it's about
food
to rain, so she gets some coconuts, digs and puts them in the sand, with some big.
well, the hollowed out
leaves.
the shells, and basically is catching the rainwater.
Yeah.
So,
So she's doing all this. She's
Yeah.
already a winner in my book.
What?
Yeah. She wins the Survivor challenge.
So Bradley comes to, and he's a douchebag. And he immediately
bossing her.
starts trying to boss her around, and she's like, we're not at the office
Not at the
anymore
office
right
anymore.
now."
And he's like,
So-
"Well, shouldn't you be doing some stress signals or something instead of playing Susie Homemaker over here?"
Yeah, he's like, "Shouldn't you get some sticks and spell out help on the
yeah.
shore?"
Meanwhile, she had built a fire, which is not an easy thing to do because I have seen these shows. It's not easy. But she brings him a cooked fish, some sort of fish that she caught. And this I had to laugh because this would be so me. She's trying to feed him and give him some, sustenance for strength, and he is being picky as hell. And
This
making him,
is why you couldn't camp and why you last a day on a deserted
Yeah.
island, because I don't like that. It's
don't
not
like
chicken fingers.
yeah. So he's doing this whole thing like, and she's like literally pushing the food in his mouth.
She's like, "Here comes the airplane."
No, she didn't.
Literally. Oh, it was almost like it because he was
Almost,
like,
yeah.
and she's like, "Here, come on, get
Yeah.
the chicken plane."
But I do laugh because that would totally be me.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. So she's nursing him back to health, and the whole time again he's being a douchebag.
He's diminishing everything that she's doing. He's belittling her, and he is not in control, and she lets him know in so many ways. For example, at some point, she picks up her stuff and lets him be, and she starts little camp a little bit a ways, and he can't even get up yet. So he's like, "Oh, Linda, come back!"
And it's a cool shot because it just keeps going around, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, "I can do this. I got this," and then it's like, "Okay, where are you?"
You made your
And-
point.
And then he's like, "I am so till Thursday,"
Yeah.
and then so
yeah,
she kind of
she comes back with.
she kind of proves her point.
And
But
how many
but-
times is this? This is the
Yeah.
first time out of many.
Yeah,
but
she comes back with a homemade canteen,
Yeah,
a homemade
yeah.
backpack,
Yeah,
and
she
all
made
kinds of cool stuff.
yeah. So she's thriving, and a few more montages go by, and it's just her exploring the island and getting fruits and things like that. We get to are we to the point of the
Well,
war?
No, he at this point when
He has the open thing.
when he kind of regains his strength a little bit, he decides he's going to build his own shelter. And of course it fails miserably,
And once again, he tries to be defiant against her, and she's just being very patient because I would have left. I would have gone to the opposite side of the island by now.
So at this point, he makes one of his first pleas of "Oh, I'm sorry, you know what you're doing, and I'm gonna follow your lead." And she actually teaches him,
A few things,
a couple things.
But wait, did we get through the boar yet? So I love that part.
No, I think the boar's a little later.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Well,
It's before he starts walking. I know that.
yeah, she says she saw some boar tracks, and she's gonna go. She's sharpening up a spear, and he's like, "God damn, poor Lucibel."
Luciba!
And he's my
She's
stuff
so unstable.
my stuffed devil goat is unstable. Go figure. And she's gonna go hunt a boar, and
I love this part.
now
This is very Sam Raimi because the boar.
the CGI is horrible on this boar, but it's also Sam Raimi, so this boar has like this evil look in its eye.
Yeah.
So it was almost like, kind of, is it intentionally
Yeah, I think so.
Sam
I
Raimi
really
CGI
think.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, she
But the fight with the boar was really cool.
she jumps down on top of this boar and
breaks off,
stabs it in the back.
Yeah.
And then
It's not completely dead,
it
so
flings her off, and it comes running at her, and she's laying down, and she holds the spear up, and
the broken half.
skewers this boar.
But not before the boar completely covers her from head to toe, and disgusting blood and guts and
Sam Raimi amounts of blood, just buckets of blood.
Yeah.
And in her mouth. Because,
yeah, of course. Why would you not have your mouth open?
Because when Sam Raimi spews out blood and vomit, it has to go directly into somebody else's mouth.
Of course.
So,
thank you, Sam.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yep. And she kills this boar, and comes back and flings the head of this boar right next to Bradley, and she's like,
I love that. I love this part.
"Do you ever hunt?
You ever hunt?
I think I like it."
I think I like. She's all fucking covered in blood.
And she's just covered. And the first thing I'm thinking is, well, how's she gonna take a shower? Well, and we find out she finds a waterfall.
Yeah.
And that's how she takes a shower.
She can go.
Which,
you know.
Which I was very disappointed at, by the way.
Wow.
And you're probably gonna smack me for this, but I was disappointed that why did she take a shower with her clothes on?
She takes them off at some point because her clothes also needed washing. And so that means she needs to wash her clothes and herself. Besides, we see her later. She has like nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess. So.
Poor thing, you know.
Yeah. So they get to a point where they're starting to work together. They're starting to bond a little bit. And
well, yeah, because the meat from the boar was the best they ever had. So yeah, he's like he's on board now.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting fed, he's getting taken care of.
She says basically, have you ever heard of Pruno, which is prison wine?
No.
How?
We're not
Whoa.
here. We're definitely not there yet. There's no way we're there, sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
No, because
yeah.
they go around the island themselves, and she gets to see the boat.
She's going by herself, yes, and then it's the Pruno, and she sees a boat.
Mm-hmm. Now at this point, she has been exploring. She has been going far from where they're situated, and she has been to areas that they haven't really shown us much, but she does.
And
see
his leg, he's not getting around
still not
really.
yet.
He's getting around better, but he's still limping around.
Yeah, the Pruno is not until he starts walking.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the boat.
So she sees a boat, and she's about to call for help, and then she stops herself, and she says, "Not yet." And that's when you realize, wait.
Yeah, she wants to be on
she
this
wants
island.
to be there.
Like, she's in her element.
She's thriving.
She's in control. She's thriving. And I can't say I disagreed with her here, because I might be like, man, if I was on a tropical island and I had food, water, and shelter, seemingly unlimited water and food, I mean, eventually you'd run out. But I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm staying here. So she kills the boar. They eat the boar. She sees the boat, and now they make the prison wine because they're starting to bond a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and you think maybe they're kind of like catching the feels for each other a little bit at this
I
point.
know she is.
Yeah, and so she makes prison wine out of fermented fruit, and they get drunk.
And they they bond over some conversation. She does. She kind of lets him know a little bit about her. She was married before, and her husband.
Well, this is where we kind of want to dive into it a little deeper because he, yeah, she says she was married for 10 years, and he's kind of like,
He
wow,
was-
that's hard to believe,
And he was a horrible person to her.
and yep, and that he says that his dad was never around, even though he made him the vice president of the company. He was
doesn't
basically
really-
absentee.
He didn't even know him really.
His mom was a horrible person, and his mom's dad was a horrible person. And she makes the comment of monsters aren't born, they're made, or they're created, something like that. And then she confesses that her husband was an alcoholic, and after one particular night where he did a bunch of really horrible things, she would always like hide the car keys from him. She basically gave him his car keys and said, "Go have at it," and he died in a car accident.
Yeah, that same night
So,
he gets into a car accident.
she
and
was-
dies.
I mean, kind of responsible for his death.
I would feel responsible.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, he made the choice to drive drunk, but she gave him the keys, so she knew what she was doing. She was hoping he died.
Yeah.
So these are two, not like we all aren't, but these are two less than perfect people. They both have pretty big skeletons in
Yeah.
their closet.
But let's not minimize this because he every time he gets a chance, he's still pretty horrible to her. Every time he feels like he can get a leg up, he will try it. And he
Well, so and this is where we get into our first of many double crosses,
Mhm.
because he's kind of moved by this whole thing, and you as the audience member, you're led to believe they're bonding, but throughout this whole thing, he's really just trying to manipulate her.
Yes.
And he says, like, "Let me make you dinner."
Well, they go walking first.
Yes.
They go walking. Finally starts to walk and being on his legs. So she's like, you know what? Let's go for a walk and I'll show you around. And so she is. And she's actually teaching him things about the environment. And she shows him these berries
Yeah.
that are poisonous.
Yeah, well, she basically tells him how to tell if berries are poisonous, and then we see the mysterious outcropping of rocks in the shape of an X, and she's like, "Don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to that spot
That area
marked
over there
X.
is full of
Thorns
unpassable
and
thorn
you can't
bushes.
get." Yeah, she tells him about the outcropping of rocks again. You know, like, "Oh, I keep bumping Lucifer." And like, don't go there. And they're doing a little exploring on the island. And some of that exploring is walking across a tiny ledge on a huge cliff,
Very big.
which I'm kind of like, man, if you're a survivalist, like, do you just not even do that? Like, that's just taking unnecessary chances.
Yeah, but it's the
but-
only way to get to the other side of the island. Yeah,
Maybe.
Yes, because I remember.
Maybe.
Okay, whatever.
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 And on the way back, she steps on the ledge and it gives way.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes down. And she's hanging on to it. And Bradley pulls her back up.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're really getting the sense that,
That
well,
that was a
it's
very.
it's not like he wouldn't pull her up because he can't survive without her.
No,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But
So
it was,
it's
it
in
was
his.
a very scary area,
Yeah.
and it's. I think it's important to remember that for later. But
Yes.
it's a. There's not a whole lot of foundation in that side. It's just kind of crumbling.
So
Yeah.
throughout this whole thing now we're talking about control and the power dynamic has shifted because obviously back in the real world Bradley was her boss,
Yeah.
had all the control and the power over her. Now she's, you know,
Mhm.
she's in control, she's got all the power.
Mhm.
So he decides
He
that
doesn't like this, by the way.
yeah,
He is
but he's
not
playing it cool.
well. Every time he gets a chance,
Well,
you know.
and that's where we come to he says he's going to make her dinner.
Yes.
And throughout this whole thing, like the one thing that's still unanswered for me is she's like making food this whole time and she's putting out a spread. And it's like sushi and
Oh, and she got that knife
dipping sauce and yeah, she's got a knife
that
that she said
supposedly
she it washed
washed
up on
off.
shore.
Mm-hmm. But it's a
So
nice knife.
he decides he's like, let me make you dinner, and you're thinking like, duh, but you're still a little. So
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
keep forgetting that everything's backwards, so I'm moving my hat like constantly farther and farther one way over, and he decides he's gonna make her. Well, he says he's gonna make her dinner, and he poisons her. And as she's laying on the beach, just like
Sick and
gagging
like
and kind of vomiting,
yeah.
he just goes da and runs into this clearing and pulls out this raft
That he made. He
that
put
apparently
together.
he's been lashing together in secret while she's been off on her explorations. And he pulls this raft out into the ocean at night with like these gigantic waves coming at him. And he gets about maybe 30, 40 feet out before the waves totally crush
Destroy the
crush
damn
his
thing.
raft. And as he's sinking down, he has a vision of his fiance
Mm-hmm.
from the top, and Linda
Linda
pulls him out.
I don't know how, but
And as
she
she's
does.
giving him like CPR,
CPR,
and mouth to
she is
mouth,
also
she's vomiting
violently vomiting.
right back into his
Green
mouth.
in chunks.
And I'm just looking at her in the theater, and I'm like, "That's Sam Raimi for you."
Oh my
As
God,
I'm
what is
down
he
on my
doing?
popcorn,
What is
you,
he doing?
you know, our billion-year-old Chihuahua. He's trying to decide what planet he's on right now. So there's just like copious amounts of vomit. And she basically tells him that it's going to take more berries than he put into
this
the
is the
dipping
next-
sauce.
Yeah, this is the next day when
Yeah.
they're both back to it, and she's having a talk. He is. They're sitting facing each other. She's cooking something on the fire as they're talking, and he's like, I'm sorry. I just really wanted to try it out there. He did suggested the raft early on, and she shut it down because
Well, and it's pertinent to
Whatever.
know that as he's pulling the raft out and he starts going out into the ocean, he puts up both middle fingers and goes, "Fuck you, Linda."
yeah. So like that's why I'm saying that every time he gets, he's just like, no, I'm not doing what you want me to do. I want to get out of here. Which is it's it's not
Well, he's being the quote unquote normal, like, we got to get out of here. Like, I want to get out of here.
and
This
you're
is
not
just
looking like you
not
wanna
my
get
jam.
out,
And
You're
you're
looking
just
like you're
dragging your
happy
feet.
here,
Yeah.
But anyway, so they are having this talk, and she turns around, she gives him a pincho, a kebab
A kebab.
of octopus,
And it's literally like tentacles and shit like that you
Mhm.
see.
and she's like, "Yeah, no, I get it, I understand." And he's eating it, he trusts her, and suddenly he goes completely paralyzed, and she's like, "Yeah, I had this, I found this octopus the other day in the ink sack, uh, paralyzed paralyzes you, whatever.
It's a neurotoxin, and
Yes.
it paralyzes. It doesn't kill you, but it paralyzes you, so you can't
You can't
move.
feel anything
You
either.
can't feel anything. So she decides she's going to teach him a lesson. And she says, back when I was a kid, we had a dog that just
he was
didn't get with the program,
He
so
always
we
wanted to
decided
run
to cut his
away.
balls off.
And it's actually a really easy
Procedure.
and as she's sharpening her knife, and he's kind of like this, and he cannot even move his neck to look, but she takes off his pants and his undies. Why are we shining here? Like the light is going in and out.
It's the essence of Lucifer.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she's taking, he's butt naked. We don't see it, but she starts talking about the procedure as she starts slicing something up, and then blood.
And we
comes
see
up
blood splattering.
on both of them,
So we're thinking like she's castrating him,
and he is just
and he's like, fuck.
he can't even talk, but he obviously is. You can tell in his just with his eyes that he's just what the fuck, and then she pulls out a rat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a rat.
So she was cutting up a rat, making him think that she's doing. So she's basically like, I was nice this time. I'll do it the next time though. Like,
Yeah.
get with the program.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides she's out at this point now. Like, he's supposedly back in the fold. She sees a boat coming in when she's out harvesting fruit. And so we're having all kinds of issues today. We're having all kinds of senior dog issues and technical issues.
Yeah, my
But-
microphone kind of went out, but
She sees a boat come in, and it's Bradley's fiance with another one of like a local guy.
like a local guy.
You know.
But I think it's funny. We haven't really mentioned this, but ever since, apparently, when Linda, and this goes back to the beginning, when Linda first met Bradley, it was at a Christmas party thing. She kind of had the hots for him. And then the same day that he told her that she wasn't getting that position, we meet the fiance, and the first thing that we notice on the fiance is the huge engagement ring, and it kind of blinks every time you look at it. So from the boat, that's how we know it's her, because there is like a clink from the ring all the way from the boat that she sees from up here at the cliff. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So they're like, "Oh my God, Linda!
Oh my God!"
Yeah, and she's like, "Is Bradley okay?" And you can tell at this point, Linda's still not ready to be rescued, and she's like, "Gosh."
You can tell in
shit."
her face that she's trying to find a way to like get rid of them, basically.
Well, so she's like, "Okay, well, I'll take you back to our camp. Bradley's okay." And as she's taking him back across the island, they have to go over the ledge.
The big rock
And
thing.
she remembers the one little part of the ledge that gave way when she walked across it. So she's puts her foot up and starts tying her shoe, and she's like, "Tie my shoe here. You
Go
guys
ahead."
go ahead of me." And of course, the fiance, she
Steps.
falls off, and
The local guide is trying to pull her back in.
He's trying to pull her back up, and she's having a real crisis right now.
But the next thing we know, we get cut off. From
And the
that.
camera kind of cuts off, but you do. It's
It's
the
implication.
It's the implication
It's implied. So
that
now
he
she's back.
either flat out pushed them off or didn't help them and let
So
them.
we don't
fall.
know. We don't know. At least not yet. And she's back at the camp with Bradley, and Bradley can tell that something is seriously wrong with her because she's not her bubbly self. Which I love that about her. She's she has this the whole time. She has had such a positive attitude. Of course, she loves this. But now she's not. And she has a nightmare where she is hearing someone calling her name, and she gets up from the bed and she sees the
Well,
fiance.
She's basically, this is one of the jump scare moments where
It's
she's
the only one, I think.
she's basically jump scared by a zombie fiance.
It was so Sam Raimi also.
Yeah,
And the ladies in front of us had a nice jump scare.
Yeah. And so she's still kind of bummed out, and she's like, I'm taking the day off. He's like, aren't we going hunting? We need some protein. I thought I saw some boar tracks. And so he goes out on his own.
She's totally out.
And
He sees the boar by the shore.
and he steps on a twig and scares it away. But then he walks down to where the boar was, and we see a hand sticking up out of the sand,
Just like this.
like with the forearm in the hand at like a 90-degree angle, with the gigantic ring still on it. So he knows that she was there. I think Zune is her name, and
Unimportant.
he wow, just fuck her, right? And he comes back and confronts her, and she says that Linda says that she fell and it was an accident, and
And
so
she didn't want to tell him.
yeah,
And whatever. Because she knew that he was gonna blame her, and he's like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like,
yeah, and so you can tell there's a brewing confrontation. She reaches for the knife,
and
but at one point, it was during one of the dinners, Bradley got the knife off of her, and he kind of holds it up to her, and she's like, ah, shit, and she takes off.
yeah.
And they go into the jungle, into this little clearing, and they get some pretty cool hand-to-hand combat.
Yes. And she's a badass, obviously.
Yeah, but at one point he's on top of her, and he takes his
Oh.
thumb and sticks it in the corner of her eye, and it's
And
just
you
like
can see
moving her
the
eyeball.
eye.
I mean, it's obviously it's not practical
Oh,
effects.
no, but it was so
it's
much
CGI,
fun.
and it was
And she-
pretty bad, but it was still pretty
It was
cool.
so much fun. And she grabs him and she bits the crap out of right here. I mean,
Bits? She bits him.
she, what did I say?
Bits him. Bits the
Okay.
crap out of him.
Yeah. Right here.
Bite. The words bite.
Yeah. She bites him. I said. Anyway, and so they're just like really at each other. Like, it's bad. So eventually she somehow, she gets the knife and she stabs it on right here on the side, and she takes
Well,
off.
he runs. Because he was stabbed now, and he's like,
Yep.
oh shit, she's got the knife.
So
and
she
he
goes.
runs.
Oh, he goes, and
Yeah,
she goes too.
He runs. Well, we don't know that she
Oh, that's
went.
right,
Yeah,
that's right.
He
He
just
runs.
runs. And now, all of a sudden,
We see the big
he's
rock.
running, and we see the X where she was like, don't
Don't
go
go
there.
that way.
Because we
And
find...
I called this.
Well-
Right before, way before I said this, right?
We find out that, well, you did and you didn't.
Well, okay, it wasn't.
you
Exactly
kinda,
like I
you kind of
said.
did. You got the premise of it.
Yeah.
We find out that, holy shit, there's a mansion on the island.
Yes.
And it's unoccupied right now, but it's some like hedge fund billionaire's mansion.
And this is we go back to the boat, the first boat that she saw.
Well, this is you're skipping.
Okay.
You're
I'm not,
skipping ahead of yourself
sorry,
a little bit.
Sorry.
And
I'm too excited. This.
yeah, he goes in there and he's like, "Holy fuck!" So
Yeah.
he goes into this mansion
And he's trying
and
to
he's
like
drinking
hopefully
water and
break
eating
it.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And then over the intercom, we hear Linda.
Mhm.
Because
Linda.
Linda got to this mansion also.
Listen, Linda.
Yeah. And she basically tells him that she knew the thing was there. The boat that came in earlier that she avoided were these guys bringing in supplies to this mansion. And you got to wonder then, like all this food that she was bringing back, the sushi and all this stuff.
Was it from
was
that?
was it really from that, or was it really from the
From the house,
mansion and she
yeah.
brought it back? Like, some of the stuff
Yeah.
was definitely legit. Like she had legit survival skills,
Mm-hmm.
but some of it was like, how much time did she spend at this mansion on her like excursions? You get the sense that she found it that first day when she left him.
Mm-hmm.
And like even the water, that she
Right?
brought back. Yeah. And
The fruits and everything.
so he's walking through
He's
this
gonna do it again.
mansion, and he comes into a room, and there is Linda Adam with a shotgun.
Linda Adam.
Linda at him.
Oh, yes, she's coming in with a shotgun. I thought you said Linda Adams, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah. And so he gets down on his knees and tries the whole thing again. I'm a changed man. I can feel it. And
We can stay here. We can stay here forever.
if you want to stay here, just you and me, and I love you. And he
I
says
love
he loves
you.
her, and she's like, I love you too,
Yeah,
Randy.
she's with the big eye
Yep.
thing,
And she kind of glances around the room and sees like some animal heads from hunting, and notices one of them is missing a horn.
a horn, yes,
And
a
Bradley-
stabby horn.
Bradley's got the stabby horn behind his back, and he whips out his big stabby horn, and goes after
to
Linda.
her, and she picks up this thing from that we happen to later find out.
Well, he gets the shotgun.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
He gets the shotgun and says,
He was
goodbye, Linda, and click. So the gun was never loaded.
No.
So you don't know if she is either A, did she know that the gun was not loaded? Or
It
did
could
sh-
have been for decoration because they
Or-
had a lot of animals.
yeah, or
hanging
did she
and
never
shit.
intend to shoot him? Because her whole thing was she wanted to be on the island, but she wanted company.
Yes, she didn't want to be there by herself.
So
She wanted him,
she grabs a golf club
which is so fitting.
and hits him and takes him down.
And the last shot we see,
he's laying there, and she just winds up, and right before she just kills the ever-living shit out of him, it quick cuts to her actually hitting a golf ball on a golf course.
Mm-hmm. And there's people, and there's beautiful, and she looks so refreshed. She looks beautiful with a cute little golf outfit, and they're interviewing
And I noticed
her.
she straightened her hair, too.
Yeah,
It
and
wasn't
they're
as frizzy. The
interviewing her.
humidity wasn't as bad.
Mm-hmm. They're interviewing her because she is the sole survivor, real survivor of this plane.
The plane
The plane crash, and now
And
she
they found her.
yeah,
And
and now she is the head of the company, and she is an author to a new book, and she has taken on golf and finds out that she loves it, which is a fun little twist because one of the reasons that she wasn't going to make VP was because she wasn't a golf buddy to Douche Bradley. So I enjoyed that very much. That was a satisfying ending.
it was. And I lost my quiz, so I'm popping up my quiz again.
Oh, so before we get to the quiz, we are going to talk about the scores. But let's talk about what we liked and what we didn't like. I thought this movie was so much fun. It was a lot of fun to see Rachel McAdams in this role because it's not like her typical role. And I don't know who this douchebag is, but he did pretty good at being a douchebag. And when you hate someone so much in a movie, it's because they did a good job. So he did a really good job.
Yeah, and like I said, I know. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I ever knew Rachel McAdams from was The Notebook. I never saw the movie. I just knew she was in it.
Yeah,
And I
never
know
watched
she's
that.
a huge actress and stuff, but I don't know if she's been in any other horror movies. So if you know,
I
let us know, cuz
yeah.
like I'd be interested in seeing it, but
Yeah. I never watched The Notebook. Again, I'm not one of those. But anyway, going back to the movie, let's go through our scoring. We do a three uh
3
thing.
out of 5
Three out of no.
or
Three
3 or
categories
out of
where
5
yes, three
3
categories that we score from
from
1 to 5.
well, technically 0 to 5. If it's really
We
bad,
haven't-
we should give it a 0.
True, we have
I
not
should have
given anything.
I
a
should have
0.
given and all the creatures were stirring. I should have given that
Yeah.
a 0. If you watch that review, that's the only
That's our
movie-
Christmas
Oh.
edition, so
Ugh.
make sure you watch it at some
Ugh.
point if you're feeling Christmassy.
I'm still pissed that I watched that movie and it's been like a month and a half.
Anyway, so our first category is the plot. The plot, you said it wasn't very original. I can't say that it was super original, but it was in its own way. It was original, because of the situation that they find themselves into. It's not like a castaway kind of situation, even though it was still a car.
No, because instead of a volleyball, you have Rachel McAdams.
So I thought it was a good premise. It was original in a sense that the dynamic was original. Not original like in the sense of, the big boss it was just fun. It was their dynamic was a fun, and it was so toxic that it was cute. Not that I wanted them together. I did not. I don't think she deserved him. He deserved to have died up there in that plane anyway. But
It was the will they or won't they, and it was we don't want them.
yeah. So the plot, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was easy to follow. It was yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. And for that reason, it wasn't perfect. I only reserved the perfect score for the most, I believe I gave perfect scores to The Black Goat's Daughter and Session 9. If you haven't seen those, we reviewed Session 9 and The Black Goat's
What's the
Daughter.
score?
4 out of 5.
Oh.
Poisonous berries.
Okay.
So that was my score.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been done before. I thought there was some really cool the whole thing with the mansion on the island as a twist.
See, what I had said was that
you said it was populated.
I said maybe there's like a whole
Yeah. So you kind of got it. Yeah, you got the basic premise, like that there was some modernization on the island.
Mm-hmm. That was different. That was fun.
I think the Sam Raimi elements kind of helped pull the plot through, because like I said, for the first act, I
was
mean,
a long act.
we're guilty of seeing the trailer, so the first act basically gave away the first whole half of the movie. We could have just started with them on the island, really.
Yeah. We didn't need the setup of the characters.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 boar's heads.
Nice. Our
excuse
next
me.
category is acting and directing, and I don't know, man. This was as good as it gets. Rachel did such an amazing job. I think she did. She is a Scream final girl, but with the skills. I mean, she kicked ass. Yeah. I wonder how much she actually, did on her own, which I doubt it. Like, I know she didn't really do like the fire, but she had to have some sort of training.
I heard Samuel L. Jackson was her stunt double.
I thought she did great. He did really good as well. he was not as important, but he was believable as the douchebag and the asshole boss. And everybody else kind of like, you know. But the directing is what made this fun so much fun. I think if it was directed by anyone else, it would have been borderline boring, more on a cheesy, romantic, you know, thing. And that's not what we got. So, um, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5 poisonous berries.
All right.
What say you?
I agree. I think the acting was top notch. There were a few moments where it was supposed to be tense and emotional, and it was, and there was comic relief in this movie, and I think both of our leads conveyed all the emotions really well. Um, and Sam Raimi Sam Raimi is Sam Raimi. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5 boar's heads
Wow.
for acting.
Nice. So
And
our
last
last
one is
category is
rewatchability.
rewatchability. And I definitely would watch this again. I had a lot of fun with this. I would like to go over it again just for the fun of it. I thought it was entertaining, and I can see myself watching this, putting it on whenever I want to watch something about survivors. And I love the elements of survivalists because I am a wannabe survivalist, but I won't.
Oh yeah.
I know my limitations, you know? I think the first bug that I see, I will call it quits. And that will be really, really, really quick. Anyway, for rewatchability, I will give this a 4 out of 5 poisonous berries.
Okay. This is where I'm gonna differ with you. I think a second watch, like when it comes out on streaming, I'll watch it again because it was fun. But then I'll kind of be done with it because like I said, the first half of the movie just really establishes like the crash and how good of a survivalist she is.
It really sets the characters. I think they spend a lot of time.
It does on first watch, but like on a second watch,
You don't need that.
when you already know. Yeah, you don't need all that exposition and all that build up. So I'm gonna give it. I think the rewatchability is just because it was purely fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only gonna give it a 2 for rewatchability. So that brings your score to wow. Let's see, 13.
13 out of 15.
Out of 15.
Poisonous berries. That's my final score. What's your final score?
Let's see. Let's add it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A 10
Oh,
out of 15, which
not
is
bad.
which is still good. Like I said, it was like a lot of the movies we've seen lately.
Primate.
There's one thing that'll pull down like my overall score a little bit, but it doesn't mean it's not a good movie. I thought this was better. I actually like this movie better than Primate. You know, I thought it.
If you haven't seen our review for Primate, click on the card up there, the link, and watch our review for Primate.
Yeah,
I
think
had a lot of fun with this.
I think the acting performances that carried this out because it's basically like almost like a single setting. You know, there's not a lot
of
going on,
characters. Yeah,
and the acting performances really carried it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So I would say, you know, I'd recommend it. Don't necessarily know if I tell you to rush out to the theater to see it. Like, I think you can still get the same kind of essence on streaming. Although there was some stuff like the plane crash was really cool, like seeing it on the big screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was definitely a really cool, really fun movie with some really top-notch acting.
I'm glad we went out to see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to go see Whistle, but it's I think
Yeah.
it's out this
I
weekend.
kind of had my reservations about going to see it initially. I'm like, this is really a horror movie, and then
I mean, it's Sam Raimi.
yeah, but he's done non-horror movies.
I know. I
But
know.
I'm like, you know what? Let's take a chance, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
So,
So, with
I,
that being said,
I think-
let us what you think about this movie if
Yep.
you watched it.
and what time is it?
What time is it?
Game time.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
It's game time, and this time he's going to be asking the questions because the last time I asked questions.
So, I decided to go with survivalist horror movies
Mm-hmm.
because there was kind of like Tropical Island,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Shipwreck. There's so we're going with survivalist. And wow, that's way too easy. Okay, you ready?
I like easy.
Which movie features survivors trapped in an underground cave system with humanoid creatures? A. As Above, So Below. B. The Descent. C. Sanctum. Or D. The Cave.
The Descent.
Yep.
Really good movie.
Okay. Let's see. Yep, just double checking the answers. Okay. In 28 days later, what causes the outbreak? A, if you just know, you can blurt it out, but if you want me to give you the
Go ahead.
Okay. A mutated fungus, B a military experiment, C a virus spread by infected blood, or D alien parasites.
I want to say C.
Yes.
I wasn't
fine.
sure. I wasn't 100% sure if it was a military experiment, but I don't think it was because
No, it
No.
wasn't.
No.
So, okay. What survival rule is emphasized in Zombieland? A. Never travel alone. B. Always double tap. C. Stay silent. Or D. Trust no one.
always double tap.
Yup.
I still haven't watched this.
You haven't watched Zombieland?
No.
Oh my god, we gotta watch Zombieland.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. In the Mist, where do the main characters take shelter? A hospital. B a church. C a shopping mall. Or D a supermarket.
Supermarket.
Yup. You're doing really good. Oh, that one's
Hi,
too
Pepe.
easy.
Hi, Pepe. You want to come to the camera?
Okay, let's do this one. What creature stalks the characters in It Follows? A demon. B a ghost. C a shape-shifting entity. Or D a cursed human.
Demon.
No, it's a shape-shifting entity.
Oh, that's right, because it goes into each different people. Okay,
Mhm.
never mind. Sorry.
Okay. Last question. Which movie involves a family being hunted during a vacation in Australia? A. Wolf Creek. B. The Hills Have Eyes. C. Eden Lake. Or D. The Ruins. The key here is Australia. Australia.
Wolf Creek?
Yep.
Oh, I totally guessed that.
Yep.
I didn't know that was Australia.
Speaking of the ruins,
Really great movie.
it was the book was the most depressing thing I've ever read in my
Really?
entire life.
Wow.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, in The Ruins, the movie, someone, I won't tell you who, gets out alive.
Oh yeah, there was a different ending though.
In the book, no, they all die.
Right. I thought there was a different ending in that movie, or was that The Descent?
The Descent, I know, had a different
Had a different
ending.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and maybe that could be one of our special podcasts, movies with alternate endings.
We should.
So,
Yeah.
with that being said, I would recommend this movie.
Yeah.
And send help.
Speaking of recommendations, I would recommend. By now, we have about 15 other reviews that we have done. We have been doing this since October of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure
just a couple months.
Make sure you check out some of the other reviews. We do recommend some of those ones that we have reviewed, and some don't. Don't watch the Christmas one.
Oh no!
Oh, the review. Watch it.
Yeah, don't watch the
Don't
movie.
watch the movie. But definitely, like some of the older movies that we really, really enjoyed was Session 9.
You going on a road trip? Throw us on.
Yeah.
Just listen to some reviews.
Yeah. You can watch us on YouTube, but you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. No, those will be up. The podcast channel's up, but you can follow us and connect with us on any of our social medias on the bottom.
I'm going to stick a piece of rebar up this goat's ass so it doesn't fall over.
Hey! Don't be so mean. She will haunt you.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little cursed.
A little bit.
I love her.
Lucifer.
Lucifer! Anyway, tell us what you think about Lucifer. And if you watch this movie, let us know down below what your thoughts were.
And if you hear that clacking, it's not somebody doing a transcript of this podcast. It's our 1,000-year-old Chihuahua who refuses to let us cut his nails because he'll probably have a heart attack. And he's just walking across the floor. Clack, 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 clack.
Yeah. Samson is about 18 years old now.
He's my buddy.
He is a Chihuahua, but lately he's been losing it. Maybe he has dementia. Sometimes he just walks into a room and just kind of looks around for
just stares
a
into
while,
the abyss.
We don't know what he wants, especially if it's after we fed him. He's been out. He's been given love.
He can't see. He can't hear.
He can hear.
He can kind of hold his bowels, but other than that, he's good. And we love him.
And he sleeps in a crib.
Yeah.
Well,
he literally
a bassinet.
sleeps in a bassinet attached to our bed.
Yeah.
So, anywho, with that being said, we told you about our dog. So, like, subscribe, check us out on all our channels, all our socials. Leave us comments, interact with us. We'll interact with you the best we can. And with that, I would say we
are out.